At 4:59 a.m., the world is silent and most dreams are still asleep. But 5 years ago, a man with empty pockets and heavy eyes was lying in the dark, stuck in the same life he had complained about for years, broke, no savings, no direction, no confidence, waking up late every day and rushing into chaos, always reacting, always tired, always one step behind. And today, that same man lives a different life, not perfect, not famous, but stable, focused, in control. And the strange part is that nothing dramatic happened to him. No investor saved him, no rich uncle appeared, no lucky break changed his path. The only real shift began with one small decision that looked almost stupid at first. He started waking up at 5 a.m., not 8, not 7, not when the sun felt comfortable, but at 5, when the sky was still dark and the excuses were still strong. And here is the truth most people miss. It was never about the time on the clock. It was about the identity that the time forced him to build. Because 5 a.m. does not just wake your body, it confronts your discipline, it exposes your habits, it shows you who you are when no one is watching. And in this video, you are going to learn why early mornings rewire your brain in ways most people do not talk about. How silence before sunrise changes decision-making, why poverty is often linked more to mental patterns than money itself, and the hidden psychological effect of keeping one promise to yourself every single day. You will understand why most people fail when they try to wake up early, why motivation is useless at 5 a.m., and what actually creates lasting change. You will learn the simple 3-step structure he followed every morning that slowly rebuilt his confidence, strengthened his focus, and created momentum that lasted all day. We will also break down lesser-known facts about how your willpower is strongest in the early morning, how reduced distractions protect your cognitive energy, and why controlling the first hour of your day can influence the next 16 hours without you even realizing it. Because here is what rarely gets mentioned. When you wake up late, you start your day reacting to other people's priorities, messages, noise, pressure. But when you wake up at 5 a.m., you operate before the world makes demands on you. And that shift from reactive to proactive thinking is the real turning point. This man did not suddenly become rich overnight. He did not transform in 30 days. He struggled with cold mornings, heavy eyelids, doubt, and the temptation to quit. But every morning he won a small battle, and those small battles built self-respect. And self-respect changed his standards, and higher standards changed his actions, and better actions changed his results, slowly, quietly, almost invisibly at first. And that is the part people do not see. The boring repetition, the discipline when nobody claps, the dark mornings when comfort feels stronger than ambition. You are going to discover why 5 a.m. is not a productivity hack, but an identity builder. Why most people who try it fail within 2 weeks, and what separates the ones who stay consistent from the ones who go back to sleep. By the end of this video, you will clearly see whether waking up at 5 a.m. is just another trend or a powerful tool that can rebuild your focus, your mindset, and maybe even your financial future. And if you stay with me until the end, you will walk away with a clear blueprint you can apply starting tomorrow morning, without extreme routines or unrealistic promises. Because this is not about becoming superhuman. This is about becoming reliable to yourself, and that changes everything. So if you are serious about growth, discipline, and taking control of your life instead of waiting for luck, welcome to our channel, where we do not sell fantasies. We break down real principles that create real change. Subscribe now and stay with us until the end, because the secret of 5 a.m. is not what you think, and once you understand it, you will never look at your mornings the same way again. His old life followed the same pattern every day. The alarm rang at 7:30. He hit snooze. Then again, then again. When he finally opened his eyes, the sun was already up, and so was the pressure. His phone was full of messages, missed calls, notifications, news, problems waiting. He jumped out of bed with a heavy chest. No silence, no space, just rush. He brushed his teeth quickly, skipped breakfast most days, wore whatever clothes were clean, left the house already stressed. Traffic felt worse when you were late. Every red light felt personal. Every delay felt unfair. He told himself the world was against him. He blamed the economy. He blamed his boss. He blamed his family background. He blamed luck. Deep down, he felt tired all the time. Not just physically tired, mentally tired. Tired of being behind. Tired of catching up. Tired of watching others move forward while he stayed in the same place. He wasn't lazy. He worked long hours. He complained about being exhausted. But here is the hard truth. He wasn't lazy. He was undisciplined. There is a difference. Lazy people avoid effort. Undisciplined people waste their effort. When you wake up late, you start your day losing. You begin from a defensive position. You react instead of act. Your time belongs to everyone else before it belongs to you. Messages decide your mood. Deadlines decide your pace. Other people's urgency becomes your emergency. He did not see it at first. He thought the problem was money. He thought the problem was opportunity. But the real problem was control, or the lack of it. His mornings were chaotic, and chaotic mornings create chaotic days. Chaotic days create chaotic months, and chaotic months create stuck years. He felt like life was dragging him. He was not steering. He was surviving. That is a painful place to live, because survival mode kills ambition slowly. It makes you accept less. It makes you settle. It makes you say, maybe this is just my fate. And that belief is dangerous. The worst part was the constant feeling of being behind. Behind on bills. Behind on skills. Behind on goals. Behind on life. Every night he promised to wake up earlier. Every night he said tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow looked exactly like today. That loop repeated for years. Then came a small moment that changed everything. It was not dramatic, no speech, no big event. He noticed a pattern. The people he admired, the ones who seemed calm and ahead, all protected their mornings. They spoke about early hours like they were sacred. They treated sunrise like an advantage. He laughed at it at first. 5 a.m. sounded extreme, unnecessary, but the idea stayed in his mind. He started paying attention. Successful people were not just working harder, they were starting earlier. Not just in career, in the day itself. They built momentum before the world woke up. One night, after another exhausting day, he looked at himself honestly. Same results, same excuses, same frustration, and he said something simple. Tomorrow, 5 a.m., no drama, no social media post, no announcement, just a quiet decision. The first morning was brutal. The alarm rang at 5. His body felt heavy. The room was cold. The bed felt warm. His mind whispered, go back to sleep. No one will know. No one cares. He almost gave in, but he sat up. That small movement felt like lifting a mountain. He walked to the bathroom half asleep. His eyes burned. There was no motivation, no music playing in the background, no sudden inspiration. Just discomfort. The second day was not easier. The third day felt worse. His body resisted change. His brain searched for excuses. He felt tired at work. He questioned his decision. Nothing magical happened in the first week. No promotion. No sudden clarity. Just early alarms and quiet rooms. That is the part people do not see. The ugly beginning. Change feels stupid before it feels powerful. But something subtle was happening. At 5 a.m., the world was silent. No cars, no calls, no noise. His phone had no new notifications. No one was asking for anything. No pressure, no demands. For the first time in years, he was awake before the chaos. That silence felt strange at first, almost uncomfortable. He did not know what to do with it. Then he understood the real secret. The power of 5 a.m. is not the time. It is the silence. It is the empty space. It is the fact that your attention is not stolen yet. During the day, your focus is attacked from every direction. Messages, news, opinions, tasks. But at 5 a.m., your mind is clear. You finally own your time. And when you control your morning, you control your direction. That is not a motivational quote. It is psychological reality. The brain makes better decisions when it is calm. Early morning offers that calm naturally. He decided to keep it simple. No complex routine. No 10-step productivity system. He chose 3 actions. First, he moved his body. Nothing extreme. Simple exercises. Push-ups. Stretching. A short walk. Enough to wake himself up. Movement signaled to his brain that the day had started. Second, he read or learned something. 10 pages of a book. An article. Notes on a skill he wanted to improve. Just small daily learning. Third, he planned his day. He wrote down the top 3 tasks that actually mattered. Not busy work. Real work. That was it. Move. Learn. Plan. It took less than an hour. But that hour changed the tone of the next 16. He arrived at work calmer. He was not rushing. He had already won a small battle. That victory stayed with him. Slowly, he noticed he reacted less emotionally. When problems came, he felt prepared, because his day had started on his terms. This consistency began to shift something deeper. It was not about productivity anymore. It was about identity. Every morning at 5 a.m., he kept a promise to himself, and keeping promises builds self-respect. Self-respect changes posture. It changes tone. It changes decisions. He stopped seeing himself as a victim of circumstances. He started seeing himself as responsible, not for everything in the world, but for his response. He moved from reactive to intentional, from waiting to acting, from broke mindset to growth mindset. Broke mindset says life is unfair. Growth mindset says, what can I improve today? That shift is powerful. It is quiet, but it is life-changing. Many people try 5 a.m. and fail, not because it does not work, but because they misunderstand it. They focus on the time, not the purpose. They wake up early and scroll on their phone. They sleep at midnight and wake at 5, destroying their energy. They expect fast results. They want proof in a week. When they do not see money immediately, they quit. The truth is simple. 5 a.m. without discipline is just lost sleep. The hour is neutral. What you do in that hour decides everything. He did not become rich overnight. His income did not double in a month, but his clarity increased. His confidence grew. Emotional control improved. He felt momentum building, and momentum is powerful. When you feel ahead, you act differently. When you feel behind, you panic. He stopped feeling behind. That alone reduced stress. Reduced stress improved focus. Better focus improved performance. Better performance created opportunities. Opportunities increased income. Money came later, but the real benefit arrived first. Clarity, confidence, emotional stability, momentum. He started finishing tasks earlier. He procrastinated less. He spoke with more certainty. People noticed, not because he bragged, but because his energy changed. Early mornings gave him a head start that no one could see. While others were asleep, he was building skill. While others were rushing, he was prepared. The difference was small daily, but over months, small differences compound. Discipline became normal. Waking at 5 stopped feeling heroic. It became standard. That is when real change locks in. When effort feels normal. He no longer negotiated with his alarm. He no longer argued with himself. The decision was made once and repeated daily. That repetition built strength. Not physical strength, mental strength. The ability to do what needs to be done, even when feelings disagree. That is rare, and rare habits create rare results. Over time, his environment did not change much at first. Same city, same job, same house, but his internal world changed. And internal change always comes before external change. He stopped blaming. He started adjusting. He stopped waiting for perfect conditions. He created better conditions each morning. The silence at 5 a.m. became his advantage. A quiet edge. No spotlight. No applause. Just steady growth. And steady growth wins in the long run. 5 years ago, he was broke. Not just in money. Broke in mindset. Broke in discipline. He felt lost. He woke up without direction. He reacted to everything. He blamed everything. His days controlled him. His emotions controlled him. His habits controlled him. Today he is different. Not perfect. Not famous. Not lucky. But focused. Calm. Prepared. In control. The world around him did not suddenly become easier. Problems still exist. Pressure still exists. Competition still exists. The difference is internal. He no longer wakes up chasing the day. He wakes up leading it. He no longer waits for motivation. He relies on structure. He no longer feels behind. He feels ahead. That is the real transformation. 5 a.m. is not magic. It is not a secret club for successful people. It is not a trend. It is a mirror. It shows you who you are when no one is watching. When the alarm rings and it is dark outside, there is no audience, no praise, no external reward, just you and your decision. Go back to comfort or step into growth. That choice, repeated daily, builds character, and character builds results. While others sleep, you build discipline. While others scroll, you build clarity. While others complain, you prepare. And one day they will look at your life and call you lucky. They will not see the cold mornings. They will not see the silent battles. They will not see the promises you kept to yourself. But you will know because you lived it. The habit is simple. The impact is powerful. The question is not whether 5 a.m. works. The question is whether you are ready to become the person it demands. If this message shifted something inside you, do not ignore it. Subscribe to this channel if you are serious about discipline, growth, and real self-control. Like this video so more people can discover this mindset. Share it with someone who feels stuck and needs a reset. We do not teach fantasies here. We teach structure. We teach ownership. We teach control. And if you are ready to take control of your mornings, you are ready to take control of your life. I will see you in the next video.